open boxing tournaments like this one, because Kazakhstan have tended to keep their WSB teams and their tournament teams separate, to the point where he didn't compete in one until 2019, not until WSB had disappeared, basically. And this is Yurii Zakhariev, who we saw at the World Youth Championships earlier in the year, where he won gold. He'd already won gold twice at the European Youths, and this year he's won the Ukrainian senior national title. Wins against Mahmoud Saeed, Haris Akbar and Yuba Sissoko. He is a good fighter. Quick hands, a lot of upper body movement. SHYMBERGENOV has got a good jab and can tend to lock on with that jab quite quick. He did against Gyasov and just jabbed his head off, really. The former Olympic silver medalist just felt that lead glove of SHYMBERGENOV just bouncing off his forehead and just couldn't get into the fight. So SHYMBERGENOV in the red here, Zakhariev of Ukraine in the blue, and this is a good matchup. This should be entertaining. Physically quite different. SHYMBERGENOV lands that long right hand immediately, and as I said, when you watch him, something that he is particularly good at is he gets his range really quick. Right hand lands again there. Zakhariev keeping that head on the move. He's got to get in a little bit tighter. You will quite often see him throw this kind of arcing. He'll tilt to his left, throw a kind of arcing right hand over the top. Whether he lands it or not, he'll then shoot up with a kind of uppercut screw shot. SHYMBERGENOV with that right hand again, just feeling out with the jab, measuring for the right hand, and then let that right hand go. He's nice and loose with it. He's not loading up with it. He just lets it go, which gives him a good work rate. He was a very good WSB fighter over the 5 rounds. Won the competition with the Astana Arlans. They felt that suited him better, that kind of format. There's that right hand again. I think that landed pretty much on the shoulder. Zakhariev at the minute has struggled to get to grips with him slightly. Right hand to the body there from the Ukrainian early on. There's that upper body movement. Sees him avoid the right hand that came in that time. There's the jab, looking for the right hand. Too close that time. Zakhariev was just moving in as it was thrown. That's a nice jab there from Zakhariev. Spins, throws the left hand. He's got a good upper body movement himself, SHYMBERGENOV. Not the easiest to hit, not by any means. That single right, but Zakhariev just getting after him a bit, heading into the final minute of round 1. The cleaner blows in this round have come from SHYMBERGENOV. There was the 1-2, right hand squeezed through. I don't think it was absolutely clean, maybe just ricocheted off the glove. Just wandered in a little bit there, Zakhariev. The feet crossed slightly. SHYMBERGENOV caught him with a couple to the body. Decent left hand there from Zakhariev. Dipped to his right hand side, kind of threw it blind, but landed it. Right hand landed there for SHYMBERGENOV. Right, it's a red corner, I felt, who landed the cleaner meteor blows in that opening round. Zakhariev though did get through with a few himself. Split scoring there from the judges. 3 judges going for SHYMBERGENOV. A couple going for Zakhariev, who at times did make life, good and uncomfortable there for the Kazakh. The one thing you might say about Zakhariev, or one thing I would say about Zakhariev, is that there is a lot going on. There's a lot of movement, maybe a little bit too much at times. SHYMBERGENOV is a good example of someone who, although he does dip at the waist and and he has got good upper body movement. He generally tends to try and punch from as solid a base as he can. As I say, he doesn't look to load up on punches or throw them from crazy angles. He just looks for that jab right hand. So into the second, Shymbergenov in the red with a 3-2 lead after round number 1. Zakhariev of Ukraine, the world youth champion, two-time European youth champion, and now the Ukrainian national champion. Good right hand there from Zakhariev. That just caught Shymbergenov as he was pulling out. Busy start to the round here. Shymbergenov complaining that he was maybe caught a little bit low there. Jab from Shymbergenov, followed by the right. Zakhariev closing in. Shymbergenov did turn his back there. I think that was quite clever. He was caught in not the best position there. Made to miss with the right hand. Shymbergenov has a little look at the corner, nods. Bit messy this second round so far, a minute in. Looks to try and jab to the body. Zakhariev just bangs those gloves together. Slides underneath the left hand. Shymbergenov just backing up a bit, trying to aim that right hand. Hasn't really managed to land it. There hasn't been all that much clean from either of these two in the second round so far. Midway through it, and it's Zakhariev really who is on the front foot more, and I wouldn't say Shymbergenov's on the retreat here necessarily, but he's not punching as much as he did in the first. That's a nice one too there from Zakhariev. And that's a good right hand from the Ukrainian as well. He's edging this round so far for me into the final minute. Split scoring in round 1, 3-2 in favour of Shymbergenov. Leaping jab there from Zakhariev, and again just almost jumps into Shymbergenov. Wide right and left from Shymbergenov. Final 30 seconds of this second round. Zakhariev just backs up a little bit. Just throwing that jab up from the waist there, Shymbergenov. Zakhariev makes you work hard, really does make you work very, very hard. So bell goes at the end of the second, split scoring in favour of Shymbergenov at the end of the first. I'd go Zakhariev in that second round myself. Split scoring, 3-2 in favour of the Ukrainian. They've been close rounds, but kind of close but clear for me. So heading into the final round, well, it comes down to the scorecard of our judge from Guatemala, because that judge has got the fight level. The other two cards, 4 cards, there's 2 in favour of Shymbergenov, 2 for Zakhariev, all by a 2-point margin. It's difficult to see either one of these two winning this final round 10-8, so you'd imagine that however it's scored, that those 4 cards will stay where they are. So let's say it's 2-2. And it's all on that card from our Guatemalan judge, who's scored the first round of Shymbergenov, the second to Zakhariev, which is exactly how I've had it. What a finish we've got here. So Shymbergenov in the red there of Kazakhstan, just looking to try and land that hook in the middle of the ring. Zakhariev of Ukraine, a hive of activity, leaps across the ring, leading off with that left hand. Good right hand there from Zakhariev. That was solid. Absolutely solid. Short right hand on the inside might have got through there from Zakhariev. Looking for that long right hand. Referee just talking to him about keeping that head up. He just falls in behind the right there, SHYMBERGENOV. He was well short with it, and I think he's beginning to feel the pace here more than Zakhariev. Right hand to the chest there from SHYMBERGENOV. For Zakhariev, that extravagant upper body movement is still there. You've got to be very fit to fight like that and to still be able to do that midway through the third and final round of a fight which has been boxed at a really good pace. No one's really taken any kind of a decisive lead in this final round yet. It's been that kind of a fight. Just when it looks like one might get on top and begin to pull even remotely clear, the other one just drags them back. So heading into the final minute, I remember 2 cards apiece essentially and 1 level going into the final round, and those 2 that they've got each, they're not going to change, so it comes down to that drawn card with our Guatemalan judge. There was a good short stiff right hand on the inside there from Zakhariev. It just seemed to take a little something away from SHYMBERGENOV. Zakhariev, I think, has got more left in him for a big finish here. Good raking right hand there though from SHYMBERGENOV. He just leans in and looks to walk his man back across the ring. Zakhariev maybe beginning to feel this himself now. I think he definitely is. Can one of these 2 just summon something up right at the end here? This is that close that if one of them can just land something solid, that could be enough. Long right hand there from Zakhariev. Didn't quite get there, steps into a left. SHYMBERGENOV trying to land that right just one last time. Well, there goes the bell. There goes the bell. Terrific fight. Terrific fight. For me, I'll go blue corner. Not based on an awful lot, but just due to the fact that I've got to make some kind of decision. And it really does come down to our judge from Guatemala, because nobody's won that round 10-8. So the 2 cards they had 20-18 apiece. They're staying where they are. So it's 2-2. It all comes down to our judge from Guatemala, who had it 19-19. What have we got, Rishi?
Ladies and gentlemen, your judges have ruled in favor of your weight points, declared by split decision to the blue corner.
Zakhariev gets it. Zakhariev gets it. But wow, that was close. 3-2. As I said, those other 2 cards were always going to stay where they were, and all 5 judges have gone Zakhariev's way in that final round, and I think the right man's got it there. I think the right man has got it. He just had a bit too much for SHYMBERGENOV in that final round. There wasn't loads in it, but it was a cracking fight. Really good fight. Absolutely delivered, and the World Youth Champion is through to the Senior Elite World Championship semi-final. So he's going to get at least a bronze and at least $25,000 US. But who is he going to face? That is the question. Our last 3 fights have all ended in 3-2 splits. And that is what you want in the quarterfinals. That's what you should get in the quarterfinals. Very, very even competitive matchup.